Hello YouTube family, welcome to Veteran Hands. Today's video, I'm going to do something a little different. We're actually at the VRC, the Veterans Resource Center metal shop where we do the welding here for class. I'm going to introduce another veteran. He's going to come on here and do a short introduction. So for the YesWelder MIG 205 DS Pro, we've had a good amount of the students here at the VRC use it and the instructor, and it's a resounding amazing. Between Miller and Lincoln Electric machines, the YesWelder definitely holds its own. Matter of fact, it's my favorite machine to use now. I've used it a couple days, pretty much non-stop, and a few of the veterans here actually they want to get in my booth and kind of take over the machine. We got more things coming on the channel. We got more people coming on a live stream. The live stream this week, our scheduling was bad, so we're not going to be able to do it on the Thursday, that is Juneteenth. We're not going to be doing any work on Juneteenth. That is a holiday that we are going to celebrate. Stay tuned. At the end of the video, I'm going to talk about a corporation out here that does home health care, and it helps vets a lot. It means a lot to me. Don't forget that the purpose of this channel is to support those that need help, whether it be a veteran or anyone else.
All right, what's up with you, Veteran Hands family? I go by Player. I am one of the veterans that'll be helping out AA Run here with the channel. We do have a live stream coming up. It just haven't been set in stone of when, but when it does happen, I'm sure AA Run will let you guys know. But I do want to introduce myself. Like I said, I go by Player. My name is Alexander Player. I know that may be hard for some of y'all to believe, but that's my given name. But I will say is AA Run, we met here in class at the beginning of June, and it's like we've been like this ever since. Believe it or not, it's rare that you find somebody that you can bond with that quickly, but you know, I guess having a military background, it helps with bonding with other military members, if that makes sense to y'all. But what I will say is I am working on a YouTube channel myself. There's nothing up there yet, but I will make sure I list it down in the comments. That way you all can follow me if you want. It's not a big deal if you don't. Hey, this content thing is not an easy thing to just go with. I mean, I guess after you've done it for a while, it's easier, but just starting out, it's not easy. Oh, and don't mind my shirt. It's wet from sweat. Hey, that's called hard work. But what I will say is, AA Run is a pretty good guy, and his name is Aaron, but we call him AA Run in class. But yeah, you guys have any questions, feel free to comment. Hey, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. I kind of want to talk a tad bit about my YouTube channel that I'm working on. It is a culinary background based channel. Like I said, I don't have anything on there yet. I'm working on it. Editing content is not simple, at least for me. Hey, I'm learning. I have a phone full of content, you know, but just got to learn how to edit it to make it appealing to the public eye, or should I say the internet's eye. I do have a great deal of a culinary background. I'm originally from Shreveport, Louisiana, currently here in Dallas, Texas. It's about my channel. Right now I'm working towards becoming like a private chef / caterer. So, you know, if you're looking for those things, don't be afraid to contact me, you know, and we can work some numbers. I have a, let's see. I'm gonna say I'm up there in age now, but I don't look like it. But I do have over a decade and a half culinary background experience. Now, when it comes to the actual experience, some may say, hey, you don't have paperwork to prove it, but you know, not everybody can go the paperwork route. But what I will say is the paperwork that I consider that counts the most is my military paperwork, meaning good old-fashioned DD-214. And this being a veterans channel, you know what I mean when I say DD-214. That's the one piece of paper that you never want to lose or never get rid of. But I'm blabbing. I'm gonna get back on.
What's your specialty?
So I would say my specialty is, when it comes to food in general, I would say soul food, because of where I'm from. Like I said, I am from Louisiana, and most people might say that, might argue that we as Louisianians don't have the best food, but I stand 20 toes down saying that we do. That's neither here nor there. You can argue about that with each other in the comments. But yeah, like right now, my number one seller would be my Cajun pasta that I do. I will, like I say, I will do more of that on my own channel. Like right now, like I said, that's my number one seller.
What's your favorite dish to make?
My favorite dish to make, I would have to say, honestly, I don't really think I have a favorite dish, but if I just absolutely had to narrow it down to one, I would say it is, it's kind of hard to just pick one. I don't know, I'm gonna have to go, it's either between gumbo,
all right,
etouffee, and probably like a soul food meal, like fried catfish, fried chicken, collard greens, you know, black eyed peas, yams, cornbread, things of that nature. So I would say it's out of those that I would consider my favorite. In reality, I don't really consider myself as having an actual favorite meal to make, but I would have to go with one of those.
So you said gumbo.
Mm-hmm.
So first off, you don't get a dad bod like this without really enjoying food, right?
Of course, man.
So I'm a huge gumbo fan. Like, I love gumbo.
Right.
To the point where when I was trying to learn how to make a good gumbo, I know you and I have talked in the past about how we did our roux and how the roux was really important. My daughter, who's 12 now, but she was about 10, 11 when this happened, I made so much gumbo trying to perfect it that she literally one day told her mom that she couldn't eat any more gumbo for the rest of her life because she was gumboed out. But that being said, what is your style of gumbo? What's your favorite, like, combination of meats or?
So a lot of people that I've dealt with in the past, when it comes to making gumbo for them, they kind of have shellfish allergies. So I just go with like the basic chicken and sausage. And for those that occasionally don't mind dabbling in a little bit of shellfish, I might throw some shrimp in there.
Okay.
But that's only at the customer's request. But my personal favorite, I would have to go, I personally do just chicken, sausage, and shrimp.
So, all right. So now I have to ask the controversial gumbo question. Okra or no okra?
No okra. That's me. Okra, like, don't get me wrong, okra is a good vegetable. I don't like it in my gumbo. I don't know, whatever it is that caused it to kind of give it that slimy
thickness,
effect.
Yeah.
That kind of, in my opinion, it takes away from the taste of the gumbo. But you can combat that by sauteing the okra first. But me personally, No
okra?
No
okra for playa. What about filet? Do you use filet or anything in place of it, or you just have your own recipe that you just kind of rock with?
No, I do not use gumbo filet. I have seen it. I've never physically used it. I just go the basics with the roux, my own seasonings that I throw together, and build my roux from there. And of course, throw my Holy Trinity in there. I apologize. For those of you that don't know, Holy Trinity consists of bell peppers, onion, celery.
What about the Pope?
When you say the Pope, what exactly
Garlic.
do you mean?
Garlic's the Pope. You got your Holy Trinity and the Pope?
So
do you use the Pope?
I do use the Pope. It's one of those things that for me, whenever I do it, I throw it. I started off putting it in the skillet first. That's one of the first. So let me rephrase that. I'll put my oil in there first. Then I'll take my garlic and throw it in there and let it cook a little bit for about 2 to 3 minutes. Let it cook in the oil. Then I start to add my flour to make my roux.
Okay. So you make like a garlic roux then?
Sometimes, but I don't do too much garlic because you don't want a garlicky gumbo.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So yeah, I do use the Pope. I do use the Pope. So yeah.
So we're excited to have you on the channel.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Thank you for doing this. We're going to show some of your content later. But real quick, as far as the Veteran Resource Center here, we got some amazing people and we have an amazing group of students. Is there anything that you personally can say about anyone that's, either a vet or knows a vet that's trying to figure out how to navigate through the benefit system or just trying to learn a trade in general that would be your number one piece of advice?
I would say I would use myself as an example because I do know people, but I'm not sure if they would be comfortable with their information being put out, so I'll use myself. I do know that when I first was in the process of getting out of the military, it was real hard because in the military you learn structure. Everything is done by a timeline and it has to be done by a specific timeline. Although sometimes those timelines were a bit far-fetched. Yeah, hurry up and wait. But even still, it was a structural thing. So when you get used to that, it's like when you got to go away from that, it's in a sense it's a scary thing. I did have some moments to where I thought about checking out. It's one of those things you really need to ensure that you have solid people in your corner. And when I say solid people, it can be anybody. It can be a church member, it can be a family member, it can be a complete stranger that you met a couple weeks ago, Ron. But talk to somebody. Talking, it may not seem like it right then and there, but it definitely helps. For me, I didn't want to accept that I was having issues, but it took my wife to point it out that I was having those issues. And although to her it was abnormal, but for me it was a normal thing that I was dealing with, which for those of you that has previously served, you understand that you learn to in a sense you learn to push your feelings aside and deal with what's going on right then and there. So at the end of the day, when you are processing or separating from the military, it becomes hard because it's like, I don't know how this is. It's a different world on the other side, on the civilian side. And yes, most of us we're considered veterans. Hey, if you serve, you're considered a veteran. Some things happen to where you have to go for a different reason, but whatever the case may be, you're a veteran if you serve. You put any one of the several different uniforms on for any period of time over 180 days, you're a veteran. And sometimes, things happen. It's one of those things where they say only 1% of the population is willing to do it. Hey, I was a part of that 1%. And like I said, it is one of those things that's very hard to deal with, but you have people in your corner. Use your resources. Whatever resources you have, use them. If you're not sure what resources to have, reach out, ask somebody. Somebody's going to know something. Somebody's going to be able to point you in the direction further than where you were. I'm learning. I've been out for almost 6 years now, and I still have those moments where I fight for my sanity. And it may sound a little crazy, but it's those moments that I take and I cherish them, because granted, yeah, I'm fighting for my sanity, but at the end of the day, I'm still here fighting for it. So reach out to somebody, next door neighbor, the person across the street, person down the street, regardless, just reach out to somebody. There are a plethora of phone numbers that you can call, and so that's why I said reach out to somebody that's within your vicinity. Even if you have to get in your car or get in your vehicle and drive a couple minutes up the road to talk to somebody, because hey, it may not seem like it, but the world needs you. The world is a better place with you here. And that's just a tad bit of me touching on the surface of some of the things that I went through as I was processing. Like I say, I still go through those things. In the military, you're taught that mission is first. And yeah, the mission may be first, but in reality, yourself is first. You are the mission that comes first. That's how I see it. I mean, like I say, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, talk to us down in the comments. We will respond. All right, guys. Do a quick little weld. Oh, let me fix that because I don't like the way it's looking. Spot weld there. Oh, that was hot. That wasn't a good one. I'll turn it up like this. Spot weld there. And everywhere else is already essentially like spot welded together. But I just did a couple spot welds to hold this in place. Yeah, and then I'm about to go ahead and weld.
You gonna run a bead down the lines?
Yep, run the bead all the way around on all sides, and then after that we'll clean it up. All right,
get it on.
Oh, that was ugly. That was real ugly.
But that's why we got grinders, man.
Yeah, man. It was real ugly, but it turned out okay. It turned out okay. Just like that, folks. Just like that. We're all done. 1,
Looks good.
2, 3. We got a little crackage here on 3, but hey, just practice, baby. 4, 5, and 6.
wanted to make sure I put the time on it. But here, let's take a look at it. Let me turn it around. So right now, this thing is really hot. See that? Yep. Red hot. I mean, this thing is really good.
At Veteran Hands, our mission is simple: helping those in need, wherever and whenever we can. Through this journey, we've discovered Assisting Hands Home Care, a trusted provider dedicated to offering compassionate, in-home support for seniors and adults with limitations. Their licensed caregivers bring comfort, independence, and peace of mind with professional expertise and a genuine, loving touch. Everyone deserves a helping hand. If you or someone you know is in need of home care in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, please don't hesitate to reach out to me or contact Assisting Hands Home Care directly at 214-760-6944. Thank you and have a blessed day.